Hi there, I'm Cher Johnston. Welcome to my happy place. There's my happy little kitty. We were just playing with crinkle balls. She likes to jump up at them and bat at them. Okay, and this is my happy place. Okay, I'm going to talk about the course that I'm going to do, or the video series, or whatever. This is what I want to do. Um, this book has 120 essential stitches for stunning designs. And in the beginning of the book, there are like 6 pages of all the stitches that we're going to do. Now, I did a book review of this book, and I said you have to buy it. Well, it's not a requirement for the course. You can buy it if you want. You don't have to buy the book to do the course. The only thing that's required to do the course is a TV or a tablet or a phone or some way that you can watch YouTube, because it's all going to be on YouTube. It's all going to be free. And I wanted to tell you today, and it's not going to be, I wish I could say, I'll post videos once a week on a Monday or something. I'm not that organized, sorry. So this is the book that I did before, where I did I didn't do all of her stitches. And the other thing that I did is that I just did this page, and I did all the pages separately, and then I sewed them back to back. Well, I want to be able to see the back. There's a stitcher who calls it the hoop guts. I want to be able to see the guts on the back. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to do a book with the hoop guts that you can see. Now, I brought this out and this one to show you. I have a couple different ideas. I did this one also. This is my Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. This one has thicker pages. There's batting inside, in between each page. These ones, you can see the edges. I finished the edges after I finished all the pages. I did each page separately and finished them like that, like you would bind both of these have bindings like you would bind a junk journal. So those are options that you have. This one is a book that I did with K3N Cloth Tales. She did a series, and what she did, you can see the guts in the back, which I liked. And what she did is she made a book. I didn't make my book first. I made pages and included other things. You can see my kitty there in this book, and I, but these are the prompts that she had. So you can do this kind of a book and just sew them down in the book when we're done, or when you're done. And this is the kind of book that I want to do. This is an accordion style book. This is going to be my first page, and then the back will be open, and then the second and third page and the fourth page. Now I can add, I put thread. I just sewed just so that I could, have those pages, you know. So I have only 1, 2, 3, 4 pages here so far, but I can add more pages later, or I can take another piece of fabric and make more pages and sew them together later. That way I won't have a huge piece of fabric to mess around with. Okay, but you can do, this is your own book. You can do it however you want. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. The things that you'll need. One, if you want to do a book like mine, I have backing fabric. I'll put a link in the description to where I get this. I get it at Target. It's cheap. This is a flour sack towel, and this is what I like to use for backing. It's very easy to stitch through. You want to test. Take a needle and pull it through. You can use an old pillowcase. You can use old sheets, but just take a needle and put it through the fabric and make sure that it goes through really easily. I'm also going to use some, look what I did to that. This is old vintage hankies. And I'm going to use these because I like the way that they stitch through. So I think you're going to want something that is white or tan. I might tea stain this because I got a stain on it. I might just clean it. You can get linen fabric. You can get whatever. I like linen because it's so nice to stitch through. Then, fabric. Now, if you're a quilter or if you're like me and you've just been sewing your entire life, you have fabric already. But I wanted to show you some ideas. This is a charm pack. It's part of a charm pack. I bought this at a thrift store. Quilting for Community, if you're in the LA area. She sells, I bought, it was cheap. It's, you know, something that somebody else bought and didn't use all of it. So I used a lot of this. I wanted this for my K3N Cloth Tales book because it's all coordinating fabrics. So I might use a lot of this just because I like that it coordinates. Then I have, of course I have pieces of leftover pieces. I was making a Tula Pink quilt, and this is from a book that I was making, or some, you know, other projects. I always save the salvages off my fabrics because I think they look cool. This is more Tula Pink. This is an old dress that I had that I loved that only fit me for a short time, so I cut it up. This is more salvage edge. I also have a number of these. These are just, I sit in front of the TV and I take a piece of lace and some fabric and I stitch them together and I make little things like this. It's just a little cluster of fabric. I can do more stitching on it, or I can just sew it down on a page like that if I wanted. I also have lace. You're going to want to have some lace because, you know, pretty. This is Battenberg lace. This is a little tiny thin lace. This is, I like this because it has the thing in the middle. I also have some lace that I made myself that I crocheted This is from my friend Sarah Lee. She sent me a bunch of stuff. I think it's from her. Or it could be from Michelle at the Creative Cove. I bought a box from her. This is from an old pair of jeans. This was a dress that I cut off. This was one of my favorite shirts that in your closet, you have those things that you save because you gained weight, and you have your skinny clothes or you have your fat clothes, and you save them forever and a day because someday you're going to lose weight or whatever. I decided I'm too old for thinking that, and I didn't want to give them up. So I cut them up. This is from a shirt just like that. Okay, fabrics. I have yo-yos. This is some Liberty fabric that I have. This is more Liberty fabric that I love. You can buy yo-yos. You can make yo-yos. I make yo-yos sometimes just sitting in front of the TV at night because I can't sit still. My hands won't just sit. Okay, so you need to have fabric. You need to have threads. I would say don't go out and buy a bunch of threads. A lot of us have DMC floss. I bought floss drops. I organized my floss. I can give you a link. No, I bought these on Walmart.com, and they came from China, so I was not thrilled because it took forever to get here. But I'll put a link to the Excel spreadsheet that I use to organize my floss. These are all in the third column. The third column is all pink. And then these are from the 11th column. They're all greens. So I did that, and I'll give you a link to that. I also have Aurifil threads, which I love. I have some pearl number 8 threads. They're a little thicker, and you might want to use those. You could definitely, if you have those, use them. Aurifil is a number 12 cotton, and I have a link. I have links, but I'm not sponsored. They're not affiliate links, so you don't have to use my links. I also have some of my favorite threads. This is from Sue Spargo. This is Razzle and Dazzle. And I'll give you a link to these too, because I love these. I also have some color streams. A lot of these I got. There's a pack from Jennifer Clouston, and I'll give you a link to her website as well. I got some of them from the Color Streams website directly. This is my favorite color. It's called Tuscan Olive, and there is a pearl, not this one, this is a cotton. I don't remember where it is. Anyway, you can use ribbons. I don't think I'm going to use very many ribbons. I may. It depends on what. I don't know what it depends on. Just depends on how it goes. I think I also want to do some. This is chameleon threads. I have a few of these. Just depends on how it goes. I may want to do flowers as well, because, you know, I don't think she has very many flowers in her book. Beads. I love beads and sequins, and I put them on a lot of stuff. You don't have to have them. You don't have to have, and you don't have to have all the threads. I wanted to come on and do this video before Christmas so you can ask Santa Claus if you need stuff. These are marking pens. This one is a heat erasable, and this one, I got these on Amazon. They're really cheap. This is a Mark Begone. I need a new one of these, so I'll leave a link. This one is water erasable. If you watch Jennifer Clouston's videos, this is what she uses. I'll find a link for that one. This is just a regular artist pen, and it doesn't have to be this one. You could use this one. You could use anything you have. This is for writing. I'm going to use a pen anyway for writing in the names of the stitches, because I didn't want to stitch those all in. Okay, you need to have needles, of course, and I will I can give you links to some of the ones, and we can talk more about needles. There's so many different kinds of needles. I would say you should have at least one milliner's needle. This is a number 1 milliner's needle. I don't remember if I got this online or at the store, but I can find those and give you a link. I like to give you links so that you can see more what I'm talking about. This one is a number 5 milliner's needle, which is, I still have all the empty packages, but I'll find it. Here's I just got this at Hobby Lobby. There's 16 milliner needles here, size 3 to 9. So, and this is a brand new package, hasn't even been, I think maybe there's one missing out of here, but anyways. So there's that. Then chenille needles, and I have some that are they're just called embroidery needles. They're the gold eye. I'll give you links to all the different needles, and I would say whatever you have, just use whatever you have. But for knots, you need to have a milliner's needle, I would say. You're gonna need a pair of scissors. Don't try to use craft scissors for cutting embroidery threads. I have a little teeny tiny, I want another pair of these. I don't know where I got them. I've looked online. I can't, if anyone knows where I can get some online, I'd appreciate you letting me know. I'm going to give you a link to these. These are Guggenheim scissors. I got 2 pair. I got one that's really big. I love these so much. They cut through fabric really easily. And then I have these. These are pinking shears. They make the kind of zigzag cuts. I like those. You can't always rip fabric, and so gotta have those for that. Okay, I'm getting kind of long, but I want to know, I'm going to ask your opinion. I'm going to do some patterns on my Ko-fi site like this, and I want I, we're going to do, I think this month we're going to do the cover. Uh, I want to do either Stitch Journal, Stitch Dictionary, Stitch Diary. I have one that says Journal of Stitchery that I really like. This, and I want to give you guys patterns. So let me know which patterns you would like to see. I think I want to do some stitching that's similar to this, that style of stitching. I think I'd like to do some of that, and I want to show you like these kind of things. We'll do that kind of stuff, and that's going to be, I think, later this month because I'm too excited to get started. I can't wait till next month to start. I mean, gosh. Okay. I think I've jibber jabbered on a little long enough for now. It doesn't cost anything. It's not going to cost you. You don't have to enroll. You don't have to start right away. It will be online on YouTube forever. However, if you would like to help support me, I have a Ko-fi site. You can go and buy me a cup of coffee. I would appreciate it. I'm also going to I have some patterns there, and I've only had my Ko-fi site for a few months. I put some, I have some physical items there that I can mail to you, like little clusters, and I have some needle books that I want to put there. What else did I want? Oh, be sure to hit the like button and hype. If you're still here with me, hit the hype button. That helps to push my videos out, will help my small channel grow, and I would appreciate it and love you forever. That's all I have for now, I think. Bye for now.